rain and it's pouring, the old man is snoring. A very good evening. Hi Anu, hi Varsha, hello Hamsa. Hi Bhabhi. So a very good evening to everybody, and I welcome you to the last of the series of the Green Awards. Our guests for today are two young boys, and farming is a profession of hope is what I had read by Brian Brett, and I personally feel that they are the founders of our human civilization. When we were small, I don't know if you remember the nursery rhymes that we would learn, I'm sure the most common ones everybody remembers, whether it was Humpty Dumpty or Jack and Jill or Mary Had a Little Lamb. But I remember a nursery rhyme which I had read and learned as a kid in school. And it was like, this is my garden, I'll plant it with care. Here are the seeds, I'll plant it there. The sun will shine and the rain will fall. The seeds will sprout and grow up tall. And that's exactly what my garden is in the background, if you'll see. I've sown the seeds and they've all grown up tall. And that's exactly also more or less what these young boys are doing. Before we proceed to call them in, today is also Plastic Bag Free Day, and I hope and wish that we all take a pledge that we shall not use plastic bags. Say no to plastic bags today. Please renew your pledge towards the plastic bags. So coming back to our Young Green Trendsetters awardees. They are young boys Pradyum and Pragyan Damani. They both did their education in UK. One graduated in management and leadership, the other in economics and finance. And they both came back to Chennai after finishing their education and took up farming. So let's, without wasting a moment, let's join first Pradyum at his farm, and then we shall talk to Pragyan. Back cover, Misha. For Pradyum to join us directly from his farm. You can. Hi Pradyum, good evening.
Really, Auntie, your garden's looking lovely.
Oh, thank you. So you were the inspiration behind it. I said, okay, you are doing it from your farm, so let me also sit amongst some greenery.
It looks really nice.
So Pradyum, I would love to see and have the viewers also see your farm. And what is it that inspires you there, or what is a typical day in the farm for you over there, Pradyum?
Auntie, so a farmer's day is just walking and walking and more walking. So
Okay.
I end up walking about 17 kilometers a day. And
Oh, that's
it's
quick.
it's just to like supervise and make sure everything is happening in order. And of course, to like spend some time with the cows.
Okay. So would you like to take us on a tour of the farm?
So, Auntie, I'll start you off with my room.
Okay.
And we can
That's
go ahead from
interesting.
there. So,
Yeah. I know you said something about a lot of animals sharing room space with you.
Auntie, so at the minute, there are 12 of us in this room.
12 of
So,
you. Oh my God.
this is Bonnie.
Okay. How's
These are
she?
her, these are her babies.
Oh, so cute.
There are two
He's
snakes in
just
this.
delivered a litter.
Yes, Auntie.
What's in that drum?
Auntie, so we found these two snakes who refused to go away. So we decided to keep them. And that is
Snakes? Are you?
Clyde. So to start everything off, this is where all our babies are. These are all our calves which have stopped drinking milk from now. Like they're all over a
Okay.
year old. So my morning
Okay.
starts basically with all of these guys screaming and waking me up.
Okay.
And they're all super friendly. Like if you look at this guy, his name is China. And if you call him, like he'll come running straight and he won't go anywhere else.
How sweet. And why the name China?
Because he looks totally different compared to his mother. His mother is totally brown and this guy looks like a zebra.
Okay, how cute. How cute.
So this is like a field getting ready to plant corn.
Oh, super. Awesome.
Auntie, so basic day starts off at about 4 o'clock in the morning with like the cows being milked and uh, like fur and stuff like that. And then we start our farm work at about 7ish, and we're done for the day by the evening by about 7 o'clock again.
I like the rancho hats.
It's too hot, Auntie. I'll become black. Nobody will marry me.
I'm sure there'll be a lot of girls running behind for that. You don't have to worry.
So,
So what is it that inspired you to be a farmer, Pradyum?
Auntie, I love animals and I'd rather spend my time with them than with anyone else. So that's the main
Great.
reason. And I prefer to do something that makes you want to wake up in the morning rather than you forcing yourself to wake up in the morning.
Yeah,
So when
true.
it comes to agriculture, I don't need an alarm clock. I wake up at 4 o'clock sharp every day, whether I'm at home or whether I'm in the farm.
Right, right. And so being in the farm every day, I'm sure there must be challenges that you must be facing every day. So what are some of the challenges, that you have really faced?
Andy, so to start with, first of all, like when we got into agriculture, people didn't take us seriously because we're two kids. You don't have white hair, and we're not local here. So we start with that, and then after that, a major problem was water. We
Mm-hmm.
still haven't sorted that out as yet. And then it was about organic farming and going ahead with it. Because nobody believed in organic. Nobody still does believe in organic from the production point of view.
Mm-hmm.
So it took
I
us
can see
some
a lot
time
of
to
coconut
convince.
trees and some fruit trees in the background there.
And it's coconut, guava, lemons, and
Mm.
so this is a very interesting tree over here.
Okay.
This is called the khejuri tree. It's actually a
Okay.
native tree of Rajasthan,
Mm-hmm.
and many people will know this vegetable called sangri ka sabji.
Yes.
So that comes from this, and the benefit of this is it's very good for the soil.
Oh, wow.
So this is what my walk is like every day.
Awesome. I'm sure there would be a lot of our members, just wanting to be there with you.
When the weather is nice, everybody wants to be here, auntie. When it's sunny, I don't think anybody would want to.
So, Pradyum, how do you respond to people who say that farming is, it harms the animals, it's cruelty to animals? With all this veganism and the diet changes that are happening all across the world, milk being replaced with nut milk, and so what are your thoughts on all of these?
So if anybody gets offended by what I'm going to say, please don't take it the wrong way because these are my thoughts. I feel that veganism and all this nut milk and grass milk and plant milk, it's all a total marketing gimmick. And it's a farce for the simple reason being that did our ancestors use nut milk? Did they use grass-based milk? Were they vegan? Was there? Did they not have ghee and butter in their diet? So we should follow what our ancestors did because our bodies are used to them. Like our appendix is non-functional because we don't eat grass. Now you're telling somebody to drink milk made from grass. How is that really going to affect your body? And more than that, like nut milk and plant-based products have a lot of have a lot of hormones in them. For example, if you drink soya milk continuously, a man can start looking like a woman because of the amount of estrogen in it.
Oh, okay.
And
Hey, those fields.
so this is all
Yeah.
fodder grass for the cows.
Okay.
And another thing about veganism is, see, today all of you have decided that I want to become a vegan. I'm not going to drink milk. I'm not going to have dairy products. So what happens to all those cows which are there to produce all that milk? Now you've bred the cows to produce more milk than the calf can have. Now if if you're going to make the calf drink all that milk, the calf is going to die. And if you don't milk the cow, if the cow is not productive, the farmer is going to sell it for slaughter. So how does the concept of veganism even make sense? And without cows, you can't have agriculture because you need manure.
Correct. So,
So
what? I can see a well there. Is that a well?
yes, Auntie.
It
So
seems to be a man-made one. Have you made that well? Have you dug that well up yourselves?
yes, Auntie. So Pragyan and I, we've made this. We've dug this well, not by ourselves, with people obviously, and explosives. So you would think that all the explosives and stuff they show on Bugs Bunny and cartoons is not real, but trust me, when we came to using them, those sticks of dynamite looked exactly the same. And and the guy standing like it was like with a box and a lever to push it down. It was the exact same thing. So you were like, okay, I've learned this in my childhood, I can use it now.
I'm sure. I'm sure. And being young boys, I'm sure you must have really enjoyed fooling around the whole land. So share some nice incidences. What would
Auntie,
have happened there? I mean,
so
you two
once
are
we
young boys. I'm sure you must have done a lot of dhamal machi there.
once we dug the well, my brother being my brother, he decided that he's gonna jump inside. He didn't think about anything else. It's this well is he didn't jump into this well, there's another well. This well is about 60 feet deep. That well is only 40. So he jumped into that well and he's like, I'm a big guy, I can easily do this, blah blah blah. He jumped in and I asked him, so how are you coming out?
Yeah, exactly. I'm jumping into a 35 feet well. How are you going to come out?
So we had to we made him cry for a bit, of course, me being his elder brother and all. And then we
This
threw a
is
rope for him and we got him out. The picture is there on our Instagram page. There are like literally two guys helping him come out of there.
okay. Okay,
These
great,
are
great. So, Pradyum, I'm going to just ask if anybody has any questions to ask you, because after Pradyum, we are going to be joining Pragyan. So, if anybody has any questions for Pradyum, he's most happy to answer. And as you can
so
see, they're growing the fodder for the cows on their field itself, which is again organically grown.
Andy, so the grass which you saw earlier, that's our
Yeah.
actual fodder, what we grow for them.
Okay.
All of
Okay.
this, what we do over here is we have a rotational grazing system wherein
Yeah.
which the cow spends its time on one field. Like all the cows spend their time on one field for a week, and then we change
Okay.
that field.
Okay.
So that way they
And
fertilize the soil, and they get their stomachs filled.
okay, great, great. So There is a question from one of the viewers who wants to know, how do you treat your cows?
We try homeopathy and Ayurveda as much as possible, and
Mm-hmm.
upon that feeling, only then do we use allopathy. Like, this is one of my favorite cows in the farm. Auntie, would you be able to guess how old she is?
Yeah, I know you just shared a very interesting theory with me, but I'm unable to see the horn. Okay, I can see. I can.
So, Auntie,
Um.
this is the cow.
Okay. Okay. Great. I'm sure you would like to share. Pradyum is able to tell the age of the cow seeing the horns. Uh, Pradyum,
So,
why don't you share that with everybody?
Auntie, if you look at this, like you can see here, there's one ring. Here, there's another
Yes.
ring. Here, there's
Yes.
another ring. Here, there's one more.
Correct.
Here, there's one more. Here, there's one more. And you can see the gap between the rings. Like this gap is bigger. This gap is bigger. Like these gaps are all small. So
Yeah.
the gaps between the rings tell us the gap between a cow having a baby, and each ring
Okay.
tells you the number of babies that the cow has had. So this cow
Okay.
has 13 rings if you count it all the way up to the top.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
looking
how
at all of
old is
that,
this cow?
she's about 26 or 27.
Okay. Okay.
It's very rare for a cow to live that long, but
Yeah, but
Gir
I think she's
cows.
getting, yeah, and she's getting very natural and organic food, and she's left in the fields to pasture freely. So that makes a big difference also, I think, no? And the love and the
And
care and the passion that you have for them.
Auntie, these cows, like once like you get attached to them, they're like way, way, way better than humans.
I can agree with that, because there was a big influence of the cows on Sanchi when she came back. So, what was it that motivated you, Pradyum, for getting
And
so passionate about the cows and the animals in your field?
Auntie, so just before I tell you about that, this is the first cow that I ever bought. I bought her last
Okay,
year in January, and
okay.
my the Gir calves are bigger than her. She's
Oh,
like a local Tamil Nadu cow, and she and I don't get along still.
oh. So somebody is asking, what is the lifespan of a cow?
Auntie, it takes it cow if maintained well and kept properly, she can live for up to 40 years.
Okay, beautiful. So there was somebody who said that they wanted to know whether you sell your organic produce.
Yes, Auntie, we do supply. As of now, we only supply milk, ghee, and butter direct to houses, and we only do a very limited area in Chennai because our production is not very high. Uh, and so, Auntie, you were asking how we got in, why we decided to get into agriculture. So
Yeah.
it's basically like when we came back from England, we thought that the milk in India is like far better than there and all that stuff. And then we came back
Mhm.
here, we tried the milk and it was basically stinking.
Mhm.
So we started off thinking let's do vegetables, fruits, all of those things. And to do that, we needed cows for manure. So when we got really good quality cows, we got extremely good quality milk. And one thing led to the other, and that's how Fat Cow Dairy came into being.
Yeah. So, so that is great. So I think, Pradyum, is there any final word that you would like to tell our viewers here before we take Pragyan in?
And Auntie, I just like to tell everybody that do whatever you're passionate about. Don't do something which you're forced into doing because you're not going to do a good job. Do something that makes you want to wake up rather than you having to wake up.
That's really nice. That's so sweet. And I think with that, thank you so much, Pradyum. We've had an
Thank you,
awesome
Auntie.
chat with you. And if there are any further questions which require our attention, we shall be again connecting you and coming again live, right?
Sure, Auntie.
Thank you.
Bye, Auntie.
Bye, Bitter. Thank you. So that was Pradyum from the Fat Cow Farm. And now we shall take in Pragyan. I'm sure you would have seen the farm. If any one of you have any questions, you all are most welcome to ask. In future, we shall be. Hi, Pragyan.
Hi, Auntie. How are you doing?
I'm all good, beta. And just as I was just about to complete for the viewers, we shall definitely, once the lockdown opens up, we shall definitely plan it with the boys and go visit their farm too. So, Pragyan, we've had a very interesting conversation with Pradyum right now, and he mentioned about you having jumped into the well.
Well,
Thought of how you're going to come out. So what was the thought behind it?
I mean, we all know how hot Chennai summers are, and I mean, the well was like freshly dug. It was like bright blue water, so it looked amazing. And so I'm like, I couldn't even think. It was 12 in the afternoon. It was so hot. I decided let's just jump in, and the water was like extremely cold, so it felt amazing. So the first 5 minutes was like really good, but then coming out later, of course, he told you about the kind of issues that were faced. But it was
I
something
know.
that just
An
because
experience
the
out
water
of the
being
world,
so low.
no?
Yep, definitely.
I can totally agree with that, and I can actually relate to it on that note.
Yeah.
So it's always been, I feel, people should always have this desire to know and develop a sort of a relationship with the farmers, because today we don't know where our food is coming from. We have no
Yeah.
idea what is being grown and what are the practices. And I'm sure an insight with Pradyum has given that to our viewers here. But would you like to elaborate on that? Would you like to say something on what and how you'd go about doing things at the farm? Because I think Pradyum was showing us around quite a lot. So,
Correct.
so is there any way that it just throw us a little bit of a light on the
So
practices you are following?
if you notice, like the way we grow, everything's grown at the farm. Like there's coconut, guava, grass grown in like the same patch of land. So which is like a technique called permaculture that he uses. So it's so that all the plants can work together and you maximize the use of space. This method also tends to use less water, so it works out really well also, and it's the best way to practice organic farming. And of course, he told you about why we got the cows in the first place, which was just to practice organic farming as well. So it's pretty much that we follow permaculture. So it's like the simplest, and we can maximize the use of our land, and each plant can like benefit the other one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you think are the challenges that you have faced after this COVID-19?
So during COVID-19, of course, for us, like transportation was like a huge problem, like getting the milk from the farm. So first, of course, like even though milk fell under like the essential service category, it still does. We used to have a lot of problem bringing the milk in. Our delivery executives also getting harassed by the cops because we don't have a pass because it does not required. And during the total lockdown situation, we faced the biggest issue. Like we were forced to get a pass. We got a pass, somehow managed to get a pass. And then every single checkpost on the way, we got stopped and one milk bottle was taken away from us. So all the way from our farm to Chennai, five checkposts, we got stopped at each one. So we just had to cancel the milk delivery to our house itself because like giving it to all our subscribers is always our first priority. So that has been like the downside of things. But in the upside of things, people have become more and more conscious about what they're eating. Like you're saying, they all want to know the source of everything. So
Yes.
it works very well for us because we are super, super transparent. Like we encourage you. If someone asks us, like I think there was some request to visit the farm. We tell you, just send us a WhatsApp. We'll share our location. Don't even tell us when you're coming. If you tell us, we can organize some stuff, of course. But we tell you, just drop in. We have no issues. We want people to come visit our place as well.
Yeah, that is
And
true.
and here now there's been a big talk about increasing immunity, right? So the best way
Yeah.
to keep your immunity strong is have things which are all natural, unadulterated, etc. So
Yeah.
that has been like the upside for us in this pandemic. And of course, like, so there's pros and cons of both.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, being into growing my own veggies from the last so many years now, I'm totally for it that you should eat food which is as natural as it is grown and
Yeah.
as organic and chemical free. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the word organic because I feel it's misused quite a bit. But anything which is without the use of chemicals and, which is really grown in a very nice way with all the love and care, I think that is something which is great.
I absolutely agree with you on that point. Absolutely agree with you. And I
Yeah.
mean, like I said, so you're saying you like doing it, but one of the main reasons why people like doing it is it'll taste better, and the feeling after is also so much better. You feel much better when you're doing the rest of your day. So,
So I'm having a little bit of a drizzle here, so I'm just going to take an umbrella on my head. Okay. So this is the advantage of sitting on the terrace in the so what is the one message that you would like to share with youngsters who are, because see, you graduated, you came from UK, and instead of joining the family business or taking up a job, lucrative job like most youngsters do, both you and Pradyum decided to go in for farming and going in for livestock farming also at the same time, side by side. So what was it that inspired you to do it, and would you recommend this to youngsters of your age?
okay, so why we decided to do it, I think Pradyum touched on the topic saying that we wanted some really clean food. Like, we enjoyed what we were getting there, we wanted the same thing. And unable to find it, we decided let's do the organic farming aspect ourselves. So then, in order to do that, we decided to get the cows. So I think he's elaborated on why we kind of got into it. So, like, in terms of not taking up a job, so this is what we wanted to do, and our parents have been like super supportive. They've never been like do this or do that. They're like whatever you want to do, you do it because we know you'll be happy and you'll make a good living off it as well. So they've been super supportive, and so we had no hurdles in that aspect. Of course, like getting into farming, I mean, again, it was a very difficult thing because youngsters getting into farming. So when we went to like, we had to first go find land itself. That was the hardest part. And there were like numerous challenges in even just the land acquisition part. And then apart from that, like you said, we don't have white hair. So young people getting into farming, one of the most common things we heard, one of the most common things we heard in the first year that we did farming, we were like, just put little urea, DAP, it will grow. But like that's not what that it doesn't work because it might work
Yeah,
once, but it's horrible to keep doing it again and again. So
yeah,
that was one
true.
of the main reasons. And I mean, I would definitely encourage people to get into farming. I think it's farming is the future because people really care so much about what you're putting in your body. It matters. You want to live a happy and healthy life. So I'd say do it. I mean, there will be challenges, but it will be worth it.
So I think I read a question somewhere before asking why the name Fat Cow.
Again, so fat is actually good for you. Like they're good fats and they're bad fats. So like the trans fat or the fat you get from packaged foods, those aren't good for you. But the fat you get from cow's milk is actually really good for you. And the best part is you're having it, and it's because it's mostly unsaturated fat. And then on top of that, you're having it in the morning. So if you're having fat in the morning and you do all your activities during the day, you tend to burn it off. You're not having it like super late. So it's fine to have it also. Okay, good fats and the timing also really helps. So we want to tell people that fat is actually good for you. That's the reason why we call it fat cow. And I think it's a cool name.
Super. So what exactly I would, before we end this session today, I want to know from you is what is the one advice that you're going to give, and if somebody wants to get in touch, because there was another question of people wanting to know which areas are you supplying to, and are you planning to milk products like butter, cheese in the future, and if
So
what you are giving is A2 milk is what they want to know.
yeah, so we do give you A2 milk only. And apart from that, we supply to majority of Chennai. Only like on ECR past like Uttandi we don't do and parts of OMR we don't do. But majority of the areas like Nungambakam, Alvarpet, Velachery, Egmore, we deliver to most of those areas. So just get in touch with us. and if we haven't delivered in the area, we'll figure out which we will be able to. And
So, how do they get in touch with you, Pragyan? Can you please share the details?
yeah, so to get in touch with us, you can just DM us on Instagram. You can or message us on Facebook. We have a customer care number which I'll share on the comments later. You can call us as well, and obviously through our website.
Okay, there's another question which has come in, that do the calves get the mother's milk?
Yeah, correct. So again, I think so. The cruelty-free aspect is like huge for us because honestly, I mean, so like you saw Pradyum, he's like so affectionate about his cows. So their happiness is his first priority. Like the milk aspect is secondary, like completely secondary. So he makes sure that the calf gets its fair share of milk. If it doesn't, only once it does do we get the rest. If you can extra milk, then it's fine. It's the calf first. It can. That's all that matters. And of course, when we talk about the cruelty-free aspect, like so people rejoice like when there's a female calf, but a male calf, a lot of people find it a problem. So a lot of people send it for slaughter within a couple of weeks. So we don't do that. We just let them graze free, let them be happy, give them the equal feed as well, and let them grow up and we'll do the work that we'll make them do whatever the work the bulls have to do. Because again, it's all family. Even aging cows, like if they go dry, once they go dry because of old age, it's fine. We'll just let them roam free. Let them be happy and healthy because they supported us all their lives. We should support them also at the end because that's the only fair way forward.
That's so considerate and so compassionate of you guys to do that. And I think that's what makes us more human, isn't it? That's what our culture is also all about. That's what we have learned in our Vedas and our Upanishads and our scriptures.
Exactly.
So if there is any questions from anybody for Pragyan, please comment now so we can take your questions.
And some people, I think, were even asking about the products we do. We do milk, ghee, and butter right now. We do plan on starting with like cheese, paneer, and all in the future. And we'll keep you updated on our Instagram page whenever we start anything new.
Yeah, Pragyan, your Instagram handle is Fat Cow, right?
Yeah, Fat Cow Dairy. The one that Pradyum joined from earlier, that's our Instagram handle.
Yeah, so the Instagram handle is Fat Cow Dairy. And do you have anything on Facebook? Do you have a handle on Facebook also where they could message you on?
Correct. It's the same Fat Cow Dairy, like / Fat Cow Dairy. Yeah.
Okay.
And we definitely, and for us, one of the main things is like, whether you want to like even buy our products or not, just come visit the farm because we love having people over there. We want to show them the kind of life it is and like how everything happens. So that's something which is very important to us. Just come visit.
Yeah, I know. I think that's definitely there. And we would definitely be coming and visiting the farm. And yeah, that's already been answered. Kalavati's question has already been answered. So Pradyum, thank you for such a wonderful session. What question? So I think we are, Pradyum, if there is any one line that you would like to say to or convey to our viewers before we... Oh, say products. Okay, there is one more question. Soya products versus cow products, which is healthier?
So I think Pradyum answered that earlier. So talking about why cow products are healthier. So I think he answered that, and I think you could be able, instead of repeating.
Yeah,
again,
but I think just.
So the hormone content that's very high. So it's like he said, if a man keeps having it, like they will develop a bigger chest, etc. So it doesn't work well.
Yeah, correct. There's another question which has come that when you go on a large scale, will you be able to support cattle?
Yeah, so our plan is only to increase to a certain scale. Past that, if we have to use too much mechanization and certain things which we think will harm our cattle, no. So we will only grow to a scale which is humane. We just want our animals to be happy and everyone in the farm to be happy. That's priority, and that's always going to be priority.
All right. And do you think organic farming is more conscious all over India now and not only restricted to Chennai?
It definitely is. People are becoming conscious of it. But again, it's like it's very underpenetrated right now. I mean, there is a lot of scope for it to become much bigger. And unfortunately, people are getting conscious, but not enough people have started actually shifting properly to organic produce. Maybe for a few things, but not enough, in my opinion. But it is increasing, and that is great.
Awesome. So Pragyan, thank you so much. This session has been really, really awesome. It's been great talking to you both brothers. And God bless you both in this journey. You both are doing awesome work. Keep it up. And I hope you add a lot more products. I hope you start selling your veggies and whatever you're growing on your farm. I'm signing up for being the first customer there. And I'm sure a whole lot of others would too. So this was the Green Goddesses in conversation with the Young Trendsetter Award farmers, Pradyuman and Pragyan.
Yeah. Again, thank you so much for giving us this award and having us on as well.
Yeah, thank you so much, Pragyan. Thank you.
Thank you.
So as I said, we've had a very nice session with them, and they've really truly taught us that farming is a relationship. Animals, plants, the land, working together with love, care, compassion, perhaps, hand in hand. And that's really the way that these young boys have shown us, that they have really the compassion to take care, be with the animals, stay with the animals, and they've really done a very good, fantastic job of it. And they're showing the way forward for all of us. So I hope, please join us. You know, as we said, this is the last episode for the Green Goddess awardee sessions. But as they say, picture abhi baki hai dosto. Please join us again tomorrow for our finale session. See you all tomorrow at 5:30, at 5 o'clock. Bye-bye.